Hello, welcome to my Minecraft tutorial. This is episode number 8 in my How to Survive and Thrive series. And in this episode, we're going to head out and build ourselves a nice little wheat farm. So we're going to till the earth, sow the seeds, and harvest the wheat. Now, before we do that, we're going to need a farming tool, and that is a hoe. So let's check out our chest here and look at our building materials. I'm going to use cobblestone because it's the best I have. I have no more iron, sadly. And let's put this stuff away that we grabbed in the last episode, running around building our beacons and exploring. We don't need that for today. And good enough. We do want these bones. If you have some bones, grab them, put them in your inventory. And that should about do it. And wood too. Bring your wood. We're going to need that. Might not get to it today, but we're going to need this to build a fence around the farm. All right, let's make the hoe. That is our first farming tool. We'll need sticks for the handle. No, you go there. So 2 sticks for the handle and cobble for the head of the hoe. And it's a stone hoe. Put your stone hoe down here in your hotbar. And let's see, I think we're ready to roll. Yes, we got some food, we have some torches, we have our implements and tools and weapons. And careful when you leave your little hidey hole. You never know when there's a kamikaze creeper above the door. Alright, now we just need to pick a spot. And I have a suitable location over here by the water. We have a small pond, and this would be absolutely perfect. So right there. Now the reason you want to have water nearby is that the water will hydrate the soil when you till it. You can, of course, we are able to move water around with a bucket, but we don't have a bucket right now. So we're going to utilize this natural water source. And we need seeds. We can't grow anything without seeds. And to get seeds in Minecraft, you have to find this tall grass and just punch it. And sometimes they'll drop a seed. Like you. Thank you. And there's a seed. So cooperative. I love tall grass. It's such a shame that I have to punch it so often. Alright, get as many seeds as you can in the surrounding area. I'm just going to go bonkers right here and punch as much tall grass as I can in the next 42 seconds. Ideally, I'd like... Hey, did I lose that one? I'd like about at least 8, but more is better. Oh man, this is terrible. Come on. Now I'm going to show you a trick, okay? If you do happen to have bones, and bones are dropped by skeletons, bones can be ground down into a bone meal, which is a fertilizer. Alright, that's good enough. I have 9. I think that is a fair number for the demonstration. Oh, there's a whole bunch of grass up there. But let me show you. Take your bones, put it in your crafting area, and you get bone meal. 3 per bone. Excellent yield. So I've got 9 bone meal, and find a patch of grass right here, and just right-click on the ground. Boom. And you get tall grass, and sometimes flowers. It's better than Miracle Grow. Miracle Bone Grow. Thank you, Skellies. So now I have 13. That's excellent. Right now it's time to build our farm. Now keep in mind that tall grass does not grow back. That is the only way to get it to grow back is with bone meal. It won't grow back naturally. It is generated when your map is generated. Okay, now let's build our farm right here. We're going to make 2 rows of crops. We'll have a path running down the middle. So what we want to do is, let's fill up this little gap here. I want to try to make this uniform. Got lots of OCD flare-ups in Minecraft, so we need to address that. There we go. That's kind of squarish. This is good. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's good. What we're going to do now is take our hoe, and we're going to till this earth with a right click. Boom. Right there and right there. And as you can see, it changes. It basically just strips the grass right off the top of that block and makes it this cool looking brown color. Now notice it's different from that brown color. This is actually tilled earth. And we're going to go 4 out from the water on both sides. So we're going to have 4 total rows of crops growing here. Oh, there we go. Excellent. As you can see, this is changing right before my very eyes. It's not magic. It's actually water hydrating those blocks. So now when I put seeds down here, the crop's going to grow faster because it's hydrated. So water is good for crops. This we know from our science class. And now I just put the seeds down. And I'm sorry, I go too fast. Just put the seeds in your hand and right click. Now note, if you take your hoe and you left click, you're going to dig in the dirt. It's a right click. Cool. Now, sometimes when you do this, it'll be hydrated automatically. That means there's some kind of water source beneath you. So, cool. All right. Okay, we're good. So the next step would be to harvest this stuff. Well, we actually have to wait for it to grow to full. These are obviously babies, and it's going to take about a full day cycle, 20 minutes of sunlight for this to grow into a full adulthood. So it goes through about 7 stages. It starts with these little baby nubs, and then it grows to stage 2, and then stage 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. I think there's 7 stages to adulthood. Now, fortunately, I've got some miracle bone grow, and I'm going to just plop that right down. I'm going to right-click on a piece of my growing crop. Ding! And I get Insta Wheat. So those right there are adult wheat crop. And now we can harvest this with a simple little punch with any tool. And every single one is going to drop 100% every time one piece of wheat. And that's wheat right there. Let me just back up. I don't want to walk on the crop. And I'll explain why here. I've got 2 wheat. Excellent. And occasionally the adults will drop between 0 and 3 extra seeds so that you can just replant, which is pretty darn sweet. Now let me show you what happens when you walk on your crop or even your tilled soil. When you walk on this, ew, it goes back to just regular old dirt. Gross. So don't walk on your crop. And if you do the same to, excuse me, demonstration here. He's clueless. He's like, oh, I'm on fire. Help. You know, if he were smart, he'd just jump in the water, but well, whatever. All right, now if you walk on seeds, you can destroy your, he was headed over here. He's like, oh, guy. If you walk on your seeds, like I'm doing, this is, well, it's supposed to. Sometimes it'll degrade. You'll either kill the seed, soil, or both. Sometimes, like there, sometimes you'll get the seed back, sometimes you won't. Anyway, the point I'm making here is don't walk on your crop. And the animals can ruin your crop too. If they trample your crop, they'll destroy it. So you want to protect it. And we're going to do that in the next episode. Ew, you dropped something, Mr. Zombie. In the next episode, we are going to make a perimeter fence around here, and I'll show you how to make fences and a gate, and we'll make a walkway, etc. But let me show you a safe way to walk on your crops. Remember the sneak thing I showed you so you don't fall off edges? You can do the same thing here by holding down Shift, and you can walk on your crops, and that is the safest way to harvest. Oops. But I made the path here, so you don't really have to. I'm just going to, you can just reach over and boom, 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 boom. And walk around. We're going to make a pathway around all the edges. Now, keep in mind, this is an extremely basic farm. I mean, there's 2 strips of tilled dirt here. There's many ways. There are many ways to build more advanced farms, and I'll get into that in the future. We'll have an automatic harvesting system. We'll use pistons and redstone circuitry to create an automatic harvesting and collection system. And we'll use water flow, and it's really cool. But for now, we just want to get wheat. And I'm going to show you why we want the wheat. I'm not going to do that in this episode, but I will explain that for next time. We're going to play Old MacDonald, and we're going to make our animal farms, and we need wheat to draw them to us. So we're going to stick in front of their faces, and they go, ooh, and they follow you wherever you go. And we can also bake bread. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. That is wheat farming, and let me think about if there's anything else I need to cover. Think. Oh yeah, there is one more thing, actually 2 more things. You will need light, so it helps to put some light out. Now the sun is going to provide enough light, but if you want these to grow during the night too, then put some torches up around it. And let me reiterate, this is very basic and very ugly, and we're going to work on it. I just want to get the basic farming concepts. They will grow faster with light. You can grow wheat underground, and I will do that eventually too. But the sunlight's going to help it grow quickest and fastest. And there's one more thing to say before I go. This whole walking over your crops thing is going to be fixed. I'm not even sure if it was a bug, but it has been changed. I have downloaded the one of the snapshot patches, and that is no longer going to be the case in Minecraft. So when that is officially released, you will be able to just run right over walk over your crops, and they won't be destroyed. Same with animals. So the fence may be a moot point eventually, but I don't know when they're going to release that. Okay, I've talked enough. I'm going to go collect some rotten flesh, and I'll see you soon. I'm going to head back to my little hidey hole. Farm is relatively safe for the moment. And I will see you next time. So if you enjoyed this episode, as always, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, a little likey. And I'll see you next time. Safe. Home again, home again. Jiggity jig? Yeah, that's the one. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.